at a box score. This Laker team that they played with tonight was, +8 in rebounding, 32 assists, they had 2 more assists. They had 15 threes, they had more threes. They had less turnovers, they had under 10 turnovers on the road. Where they lost, it's 38-16 on the free throw line.
Yeah.
And plus 15 points from the free throw line. And listen, that's part of the way you had to defend. Jokic is going to get calls. Guys are going to get calls. Yeah. The Lakers played smart in that regard, but tough one at the end on Koloko. But that's where that game is won, really, because Lakers outplayed him in every statistical category.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, there's no moral victories. Obviously no moral victories. But you got to be proud and extremely excited about the way they competed tonight. And like Clara said, in every aspect of the game, they pretty much outplayed them. But at the end, the last minute and a half, their youth kind of showed as well. Koloko with the foul. If he just stays down and put your hands up, they're not going to call that. The inbound pass, the not switching on the pick and roll where Murray hits the three. Just little things. But when you got a group of guys that haven't played together that long, you're going to have those mistakes. It wasn't because of lack of effort. So you got to be very happy about the way they competed tonight. They showed a lot of guts, a lot of grit because, again, they lost last night. You have to travel. You're undermanned. You don't get a lot of sleep, and it's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Everything was against them, and they come out with this type of effort. So you got to be very proud of the way the Lakers played tonight.
No doubt. As you see Jamal Murray, Jokic did a nice job of you see him push. Yeah, a little bit, and just kind of blocking that defender, gives it, sags a little bit, and now Jamal Murray's got an open shot.
Yeah, Jokic he's a people mover.
Yeah,
that's what he does. He walks around like he's going to set a pick and then, but what he's doing is he's moving people out of the way for Murray to get a shot or a pick or something, and he's really good at it. And that's Byron's right. The experience rose at the top. They've been there before. They know each other very well. But I thought collectively, you gotta be happy. I mean, Bronny, I think it was Bronny's best game as an NBA player. I saw him set a very nice pick.
Yes.
And to get someone open, defended well.
You got him open.
Shot well, yeah. And so,
by the way, James, this was not Denver also laying over. Denver hit 42% from three. They shot 52% from the field. They shot 80% from the free throw line. This was a Laker team that was just going.
We matched their effort. We had a good effort tonight.
I think Denver, Coach Malone's probably in the locker room going, what the hell?
Yeah.
Guys, they don't have 8 of their players, 6 of their rotation players, and we gotta win the game on a Murray 3. We also gotta win the game because of some mistakes they made on the offensive end. And then Shake with the cross court, you just can't throw a cross court pass from out of bounds. You can't do that, right? So I'm sure he's in the locker room going, hey, if we want to really get to where we got to go to and win a championship, we got to be able to put away teams like this when they're undermanned like they were. So, like we said, on our end with the Lakers, the way they played tonight, man, we got to be very proud of that group of guys because they put out a hell of an effort.
Definitely proud as this tough stretch continues. The reality, however, is that the Lakers have now lost 4 in a row, and they went from 21 losses and a 2 seed to 25 losses, and now moving back in the standings. And, 18, 17 games left. It's not time to panic, that's for sure. But it has been a tough stretch. That Brooklyn loss now kind of, stands in your way a little bit because the Lakers just didn't.
A little bit larger,
Yeah, it's the one game they just didn't have, as JJ said, shortcutted it. Yeah, right? They didn't have the effort that night.
That's the one, Geeter, that
hurts them a little bit.
After you looked at the injuries and LeBron being out, you look at the count, and you really put a lot of emphasis on that Brooklyn game because that's the one you need. And then you're only lost 3 in a row now instead of 4. So, they'll go to the drawing board. Hopefully, get a couple players back slowly, and if they continue to play like they played tonight. I mean, we said that
I agree.
It was going to be guys are going to get to measure themselves against, good players. And I thought they passed with flying colors.
And by the way, it's not just getting, if LeBron's going to be out for another week or even more, this team can win basketball games if you get those other guys back. They've shown it time and time again shorthanded that they can win games. When they get whole and they are healthy, this Laker team, we've seen what they can do. So I think that's what gives the 3 of us confidence. Now you hope they can go into this next stretch. You got 4 games at home. You got 4 games in 5 nights. Everyone's been talking about it. You're going to get an early start with Phoenix on Sunday, San Antonio Monday. You got Denver on Wednesday, Milwaukee on Thursday. 1 game at a time. Listen, AR tonight, I think if you're going to take some good stuff away from the last couple games, Austin Reaves, it was a short struggle, by the way, but it was a struggle a little bit, as JJ said, when he came back after the injury, shooting 26% through 3 games. That's all changed. Look at this. Most games with 30 points and 10 assists in franchise history. He does it again, and look at the legends on that list. Austin tonight goes for 37, 13 of 26, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds. He had 20 and 10 at half. The only other guy to do that in a Laker uniform since 1996 is Kobe.
Can someone tell me what the James Worthy Byron Scott combined 3 is? What does that mean? That together we combine for 3?
Together you combine for 3?
That means that's right.
That's right.
That's a duo, baby.
That's right. Who had the 2 and the 1?
He probably had the 2.
I don't know.
That was pretty good.
I just happened to see that down there.
Pretty good. But how impressed were you, just guys, with how Austin was able to navigate the night? Listen, we've seen him as the 1A. We saw it against Indiana when he had the ball in his hands. And he knows tonight's the night where he's got to take control. I love that he didn't try to do too much. He didn't force tonight. I thought he was just flat out awesome.
Hey, on another team, he's the 1A guy. You know what I mean? But with Luka and LeBron, he knows his role. And without Luka and LeBron, he definitely knows that he's the guy that set the tone.
Yeah.
He's a great ball handler, great passer, and a great shooter, and a great offensive player. Whether he's shooting from the perimeter, whether he's going into the lane trying to draw fouls, he's the guy that you need to ignite that offense. And he did a really good job tonight getting Dalton involved, making some good passes when he needed to, hitting some big shots. We love the outside shot, but I love it when he decides that he's going to go to the cup too and try to get an and one that way. So he's coming back slowly. Dalton, 32 points as well.
Dalton's
you got
crazy.
2 guys, 32 and 37 points. That's a good night.
Yeah, Dalton stepped up big time. But we said before the game that Austin looked like he had that rhythm back, that step, against Milwaukee, and he just took it to a different level tonight. But he's so creative with the basketball. He's got the herky-jerky. You don't think of him as being extremely athletic or quick, but he gets by everybody that guards him.
That's the mistake they make.
Yeah, the mistake, they think he's going to be a little slow, but he has enough in his game, in his repertoire, where he can keep you off balance. Because he shoots the ball so well. So, you got to love the way he played tonight. He controlled the tempo of the game for the Lakes offensively. Got other guys involved. Was able to hit big shots. I think he's back on track. After that injury, 3 games, he just had to find his way. But again, I wasn't worried about Austin. He's the least of my concern when you talk about a guy figuring stuff out on the basketball court. He's got a very, very, very high basketball IQ.
And by the way, in the 2 games that LeBron and Luka did not play, he's averaging 41. Now, I don't want to see it that often, but just know that if they're not going to play, you got a guy that's going to give you.
He could definitely take the load. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it was Dalton was awesome, as you said, 13 to 27, 5 of 13 from 3 with 32. Let's hear from JJ Redick. He's speaking with Mike Trudell in the media.
Well, JJ, against all the, you find a way to go up 3 in that final minute, and you've seen how Denver ends up scoring so many times. But how do you balance the emotions there of kind of being proud of the effort and the energy, and then nonetheless feeling the sting of the loss at the end?
Yeah.